right, and welcome to another episode of Two Guys, One Level. I'm your host, Tortuga, accompanied by Pixel.
Welcome back to another mini episode, everybody. Hope you're enjoying yourself, tuning in. Got a bit of interesting news coming in this week. I think one of the cooler things for me is being such a big fan of the Witcher series as of, The Witcher 3, to be honest. And then the TV show is recently CD Projekt started a Kickstarter for The Witcher Ronin, which is set to be an upcoming manga that puts Geralt, the protagonist, in pursuit of the Lady of Snow, Yuki Onna, across a new realm in the Witcher series inspired by feudal Japan. So it definitely has already met its goal, but they're throwing in this really cool statue in there that I'm a little excited for. All right, here we go. Like, so yes. not even a minute in. No, it's gonna be a girl. All right, not even a minute in, and this guy's already started with his shenanigans.
All right.
Yeah, one of the things that is kind of interesting is being that CD Projekt is such a big, massive company.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they need to crowdfund this in the first place instead of just doing it?
It's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, but I mean, they have like their backers, no matter what,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, and it's free money, bro.
It is free money. That is very fair.
Like that's.
I mean, they met their goal like instantly. I don't think it's been out for 24 hours,
right
off the top of my head. But yeah, that's just one of the cooler things. The statue itself looks pretty cool. Very curious to see what the manga is going to be like. I mean, they have all their lore set up, so they might just have to trim some things up because of feudal Japan. Because the series takes place somewhere over like the 12th and 13th century, something like that, as far as like The Witcher 3 goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes sense for the era. So again, just curious to see what they're going to do with that.
Ooh. Did you say who that girl was? I don't think I heard you if you did.
Yuki Onna, I'm sure it's some sort of maybe Japanese spirit or demon.
Wow, you're the worst Witcher fan.
Okay.
I don't know. It's your thing. You love it to death.
I mean, I enjoyed it very much. I actually just started a second playthrough.
Of 3?
So, yeah, of 3. Just casual playthrough.
You don't believe in casual. That's cool, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're probably going to beat all the Gwent bartenders this time around, huh?
You know, I hated everything about Gwent. Just everything about Gwent. No, I don't play Gwent in my games.
That's like 90% of the achievements.
Okay. Well, then I'm not getting those achievements because I don't play Gwent.
I have more respect for you now.
Thanks, I guess. Sure.
All right, that's cool. Gonna definitely switch it up completely here. Just mini news. If you follow League of Legends, especially the LCS, which I do and I enjoy very much, they did announce that in 2022 they will be in North America for those tournaments, which is very exciting because it's been such a long time since they've been in the US for the LCS, the finals of League of Legends Championship. So that's exciting. Definitely hyped for that. Going to see if I can get some tickets because it does fall around usually end of August, early September timeframe. So definitely something to keep an eye out. They have not announced which cities they will be going to specifically. They're still working that out and securing those arenas, but they will be in North America. So once that information comes out, you definitely hear it from us.
Awesome. That is great. Stay tuned. It's funny you mentioned League of Legends, but we'll get to that shortly. It looks like August is going to be pretty big for you because you usually have Dragoncon around there as well.
Absolutely. And nice segue because I definitely want to thank anybody who's listening from meeting me over Dragoncon weekend and hanging out with us and completing those quests and all that good stuff. Welcome to the show. It was awesome meeting everyone and interacting with people. Social anxiety be damned. It was an awesome time.
All right. Well, I'm glad, man. Big shout out to Tortuga for, really taking that initiative as he headed down to DragonCon. I'm sure all of you were blessed to see that gorgeous Adonis standing right in front of you.
Yeah,
So,
nervous
you're
breakdown.
welcome.
Yep. But
Nervous breakdown aside, beautiful Adonis right there.
we gave out a lot of candy, and the quests were awesome. And honestly, it was just an awesome crowd, awesome people to be around. And shout out to my boy Tyler for sticking through it and helping make that big ass quest sign. It was a good time. And if you ended up taking a photo of me, Tyler, the staff, or whatever, definitely tag us on Twitter at 2guys1level or Instagram at 2guys1level. Moving on.
Sounds awesome, man. I actually got something to segue from your segue from Riot, right? So Riot is once again taking full head on the cheaters that we always talk about.
Nice.
We hate. Yeah. So one of the big things that Microsoft is promoting with the upcoming Windows 11 is a TPM, Trusted Platform Model, right? So it's a 2.0
module.
Module. Sorry. I can read, I swear. I can word good. But one of the things that they're implementing is that Valorant has already started to enforce, right, the TPM and secure boot.
Okay.
So essentially, right, it's going to make it harder for people to cheat, because now it's going to take a specific piece of the hardware ID or device ID, and it's going to ban you from that aspect. And it's not going to allow you. Yeah, it's going to ban your hardware, not just like the account.
Damn.
And one of the big things that people do is that they spoof the IDs,
which you can't. I mean, you can, but it's so hard. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, so Valorant has already started to enforce that if you're on Windows 11. So whatever beta they have out, right, that they announced like a month or two ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So if you've already upgraded, then that's already taken into effect with Valorant.
Wow. Quick tidbit on that. If you try to get around it by spoofing a hardware ID for the TPM, you have a very good chance of breaking your computer, because that hardware ID kind of is embedded in a relationship with every other piece of hardware on the computer. So if you break that without the proper transition, if you will, or updates across all of the hardware together at the same time correctly, you break your machine. Not worth it. It's possible, but it's so freaking hard. And there's a lot of free software out there that'll do it for you, and you'll break your machine. So I wouldn't mess with it unless you've done it before, or if you're practicing on a computer you were planning on throwing it out anyways. But it's not worth the risk. And if you watch a YouTube video that they successfully did it, keep in mind that their hardware are completely different from yours. Just my cybersecurity training in there, trying to prevent people from breaking their machines, because gamers lead the way. But that's awesome. No, that's really cool. Yeah,
it definitely is. Another quick thing is, since we do have the upcoming release of Far Cry 6, if you go to the Ubisoft store at the time of this recording, Far Cry 3 is for free on the Ubisoft store.
Nice. I should download that because it is on my wish list, and just not play it until I get to it. So thanks for the heads up.
You're welcome.
And also thanks for setting that up with Ubisoft. Moving on, a quick article came out in regards to Blizzard's name change thing that's going on with McCree, and apparently it's gone beyond that. Initially, they were going to change character NPC names and location names that were named after other members of the Blizzard staff, just in case something happens in the future where they also come up under allegations or accusations, or even proven offenders of some kind, some way, shape, or form. So to prevent this thing happening again, which will happen with the executive whose name was McCree, they're going ahead and changing that. Apparently, they're also changing things like achievements, missions, and anything story related within everything Blizzard. They're going to update it if it seemed any way offensive. They're going to update a lot of the naming conventions that they used in the past. And The tag on for that is Matt Mercer in a recent interview actually mentioned that a staff member from Blizzard actually reached out to him personally and told him or asked him if it was all right or if he was on board with them changing McCree's name, seeing that he was the voiceover actor for McCree for the last 6 years. Which, of course, he said absolutely. It's the right thing to do, and if changing his name is what makes people feel more comfortable with what the recent things that came to light, that he's absolutely on board to help get things rolling and moving past all the negativity that's come to light. So good on Matt Mercer. Not surprising that was his reaction, but definitely want to go ahead and give a shout out, seeing that we do follow Critical Role and all their successes around here.
Awesome. I mean, honestly, good on Matt. Like, just following him on social media, you just tell he's just so down to earth, and he really is about the craft and the gaming, the players.
Absolutely. Definitely. And he always gives Dungeon Masters something to aspire to be, even though you're told not to do that, seeing that he's a professional voice actor. But it's still nice to learn tricks of weaving stories together and cliffhangers and all that good stuff. And it's an entertaining show. So if you haven't watched Critical Role, definitely do so. You have about 18,000 hours of content. Barely exaggerated.
So, yeah, no, they're like 4-hour episodes on what they got. They got three sessions.
They got two completed campaigns, both over 100 episodes, and they're working on their third campaign. Currently, they're setting all the backstories and all that good stuff. And later this month, we'll actually get a update of when that campaign is going to kick off and what to expect and all that good stuff. So definitely keep in tune for that, because you'll definitely catch that here.
So real quick, Valheim's axes, they will be chopping faster, but they are nerfing the bows. So just something to keep in mind if you are keeping up. And remember, in about a week or so, we are getting a really big Valheim update. So make sure your Steam is up to date and you have the space for it. One final thing, kind of not gaming related at all, but I aspire it to be one day. The Matrix got a teaser trailer today, and all I can think of is the Matrix game for the Xbox, the OG Xbox, not the what was it called? Not the one with Nairobi and Ghost, but it's the actual Matrix: The Path of Neo, which was a fantastic game, especially considering its time.
Sure. I never played, so I don't know.
It was just third person. You played as Neo, man, and you just got combos and his abilities, and it was one of those games where you played through the entire Matrix trilogy from when, they switched some things, like if you remember the original movie where he was on the outside of the window, where he like says, "Oh, F this." But in the game, you were able to escape, and then actually Trinity was waiting for the motorcycle, and you just went away. And then it went into the training in your mind.
Interesting. That's a pretty good twist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple of things like that. Like, certain levels or whatever, it was a game. But yeah, so I'm hopeful for a Matrix 4 game. Probably not going to happen, but still hopeful.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out after this recording, because I love The Matrix, and I'm very curious to see what this teaser trailer brought to the table.
Yep. The only thing is I'm a little disappointed that Morpheus isn't going to be in it. From what I understood is, one, they didn't ask him to be in it. And then also it probably is due to the fact that the Matrix game was an MMO. The early 2000s was apparently considered canon, and I guess Morpheus dies in there.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly, I mean, these games, they can do whatever they want, games, movies. True. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, all they really got to do is pull up a backup of Morpheus. No, that's not how it works.
Sure.
I'm just saying, he doesn't have to exist in the human world, but he can still be a program that they can do Morpheus things with. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude this episode. So definitely make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. And remember, gamers lead the way.